Hello and welcome again to another episode of One Starfish, where our mission is to help change the world one person or one starfish at a time. As always, guys, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, share. That's how we get the word out about what we do. Our guest today is all the way from Finland, which is kind of cool. Matias and I met on Threads or Instagram or something like that. So you meet people in the coolest places. His company name is Harmony Hills. He helps people make decisions. So we'll get more into that. That sounds like a good thing to do. He's been doing it for about a year and came from engineering and manufacturing before that. So totally different line of work. So we'll get into that too. Welcome to the show, Matias.
Thank you very much, Angela.
Awesome. Well, yeah, let's get into things. So what got you into engineering? Like that was your first kind of engineering, manufacturing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I don't know the exact reason why I chose engineering. I was thinking about going to study medicine or maybe become a doctor or something. And I mean, it's hard to get accepted to medicine. And I mean, that was quite far away. So the place to study to engineer was much closer to my home. And okay, to be fair, a little bit easier to get into as well.
Yeah.
We weren't that many starting at the same time as me. So I guess the closeness to my home was one big factor. Didn't have to move very far away. Had like friends and family nearby. I'm a very home person, so I like to be at home. And so I studied to become a chemical engineer. So you have the chemistry there. Chemistry is also part of the medicine studies. So I guess like the chemistry is something that felt interesting to me. So yeah, I guess those are the factors that got me into engineering.
Why did you want to be a doctor? Where did that come from?
Well, I guess that I wanted to help people and still want to help people to live a better life. So that is one reason behind why I chose to become an entrepreneur and focus on decision making. That's also one way to help people to kind of live better and waste less.
Yeah, for sure. What did your parents do? Were them in the medical field or the engineering field or anything like that?
No, farmers.
Okay. So you learned work ethic as a child.
Yeah.
If you grew up on a farm. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, work ethic. And they must have been very proud of you going to school and going for an engineer degree. That's not easy either. I know doctorate, like you said, was a little harder to get in, but engineering is not exactly easy either. So great job. So you did that for quite a while. And then you said you became unemployed. Is there just not a lot of work in the area, or is it hard to find good employers? Or tell us like a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, I guess both, really. And I mean, there was some guy not very long time ago who said to me that he was surprised when I said that, okay, I couldn't find any work as an engineer. So, I mean, it is important to notice that there are many different kinds of engineers. So some engineers, they have more work than others. And I also suppose that chemical engineers are not that group of engineers that are most in demand. And I mean, in my region, yeah, there are a few big chemical companies, or like they produce different kinds of chemicals, but they can only like offer that many jobs. So not everybody can become employed there. I also looked for work abroad, like for example in Sweden, which is close by. I also speak Swedish because my father is Swedish speaking. And I actually studied also a while in Sweden after my graduation. All there was a couple of years in between, but after the my trip to Sweden, or the visit in Swedish education system, I was employed for a while, but then came the long unemployment period. So, yeah.
How long? So while you were unemployed, how long were you unemployed, first of all?
I think 3 years, I guess. Yeah.
So you're just kind of scraping by, doing odd jobs here and there to pay the bills.
Yeah, you can say so. Yeah.
Yeah. And so during that time, you were thinking of stuff, and then you became an entrepreneur. So tell us about how that thought process went from engineer to entrepreneur.
Yeah, I guess it's quite a leap, or quite a big change, actually.
It is,
yeah. Well, as I said, the unemployment period was quite long. So you have all kinds of thoughts, and I mean, you also interact with the authorities, the employment authorities, and so on. They want to know, of course, how is it going, and they want to help you to find a job, and so. But we didn't find a solution. So then at some point I suggested, okay, I want to take a short, course for entrepreneurs. So like study the basic stuff you need to know when you start a business, and so. So they agreed that, okay, why not? I have some activities to do, or activity to do, and I mean, I did not start my company right after the course. There was some time before I registered it, and I have had my company registered for, I think, 3 years now. But I mean, in the beginning, it was quite a lot of thinking about my business idea and researching and stuff. So I did not consider myself as being an active entrepreneur. So I mean, so I guess from the beginning of this year, I launched my service officially. So that's why I consider that, or say that I have been an entrepreneur for approx 1 year.
What were some of the challenges you've had to overcome to become an entrepreneur?
I think the mindset, like the shift in the mindset, and seeing the possibility, or consider entrepreneurship as a viable possibility for me. I did not do that in the past because before my unemployment and so, I thought, okay, I want to get or become a employed by some company or so. So I don't have to worry about all kinds of stuff, and I have a regular salary and so forth. So it took time to realize, okay, or maybe not realize, but to consider other options, and not limit yourself to a certain kind of solution possibility. So that, I would say, is was the hardest part. And the second hardest was to find a good business idea and develop it, hone it. So yeah, definitely those two were the biggest challenges in becoming an entrepreneur.
And when you became an entrepreneur, what did your family and friends think of what you were doing?
Well, they were surprised,
Mm-hmm.
to say the
Is
least.
that a nice way to say they weren't super supportive?
Well, I mean, my parents, they have both been entrepreneurs, like as farmers, and so they have the background.
Right.
But I mean, they have kind of wanted to me to find a job at some company as an maybe a operator or engineer or something like that. So that was a surprise for them that I decided to try out something different. So I didn't kind of meet the expectations.
Mm-hmm. And how did you go work through that? Did it bother you, or you were already decided what you were doing, and so it didn't really matter what other people thought or said?
Like, to be honest, it took a while to kind of process that of reality, and also for my family to kind of accept my choice. And but things have become better, and right now we don't actually talk about it anymore, so it's kind of settled.
And how has business been going? You've been now doing it about a year. How are things going for you, and what do you see the next 5 years for your business?
Of course, the beginning has been a struggle, really, but that was expected. I expected it to be. So
They say the first 3 to 5 years are tough.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I also know that this kind of service we're speaking of here is very rare. So it takes a bit time to get your kind of name out there, but also convince your potential clients about your service and what you can provide. So that takes time to build up the system, so to speak, or the marketing and stuff, and takes time, and also experimenting. I'm not the most or the best marketing guy in town, so it takes time, and also to develop your courage, I would say, also, and like to I mean, like to have the courage to put yourself out there, and kind of throw yourself in the game, and not be afraid to make some mistakes here and there, or like, so definitely takes time and practicing. But I have realized and also learned that if you want to move your needle forward, you just have to do things and not care much about, okay, did my Instagram really become perfect also? So you have to just do and try out things and learn from your mistakes and do it better next time.
So what exactly do you do? What exactly is helping people make decisions? Give me an example of what you do.
One common example would be choosing a career or what you want to study. And like when I say I help people to make decisions, we are talking about these big decisions in your life. So it's career, studies, relocation, maybe even lifestyle change. Sure, you can also think about relationships, but I don't actively promote that side, because I know that there are people who are specialists in human relationships. So
Right.
I kind of like have that in the background, and so but I have these 3 or 4 others. So I have the studies, career, lifestyle, and relocation, and often they are combined in the same mix, kind of like, okay, you can to think about a new career, a job, but also about relocation at the same time, or it may even require a relocation. Or if you want to start a off-grid lifestyle, okay, you have to move somewhere like in the middle of nowhere and relocate from your current place. So this kind of things.
And how do you find that you're able to help? Is it kind of like through just listening and chatting back and forth, or how does that actually work? It's intriguing.
Yeah, listening is a major part of the whole. I like to think it like this. I'm a journalist asking and my interviewee questions. I want to find out more about the person's situation. So I have a framework that is based on scientific research. So I don't just do it by hunch or anything like that. So I have my framework, but like the how it works is that I ask questions, a lot of questions, and I listen what my client has to say, and I try to find the core of my clients. Like, you think about values, priorities, dreams, goals, also possibilities, but limits as well is very important to consider. And then you do an evaluation at the end of the options. Which I try to limit the options in the end as much as possible, because the more options you have, the harder making a decision becomes. So decision making is at its core information processing. So and that's the interesting part. If you think about the modern world, we have a lot of information available, so, but that can be a problem, really, at least a challenge for many. If you think about, for example, choosing what you want to study. Okay, you have a lot of options to choose from, which field you want to go in, and so forth. So this is one a good example, actually, about the kind of the paradox of choices. On the other hand, it's good that you have options to choose from, and so you can find something that interests you and suits your personality and so forth. But on the other hand, too many options can cause decision-making paralysis. So you cannot choose anything. You are like paralyzed, unable to move, kind of thing. So that's a problem. And my job is then to try to limit the options that suit the individual in question, my client. So as much as possible, so to make it easier to decide.
Cool. That's so awesome. I love it. So in wrapping up, I always have 3 final questions, and then anything we didn't touch on that you think would be really impactful for our listeners. First and final question is, if someone's looking for their purpose, What's one sentence you could say that could help them find it?
Listen to yourself, and what are your values? They determine a lot what you consider important and what you want to have in your life.
Cool. Second question is, what's one of your favorite quotes and why?
Oh, well, that's a hard one. I cannot say any, or yeah. There are so many, I think, but I cannot pick one.
Okay, and then what's one word or sentence you want on your gravestone?
You did what you could.
All right, you run into someone in a coffee shop and they listen to this. What's something that we didn't touch on that you think would really be impactful for listeners to know?
About me or something else?
Whatever you think is impactful. Up to you.
Well, yeah, I would say that if you have bold ideas, it's easy to be afraid to doubt yourself. Okay, this is not possible. This cannot be realized. There are too many judges, and I totally understand it. It's the human nature to be afraid, and I mean, yeah, sure, some ideas are kind of crazy, but also the craziness can be exactly what is needed. So they are worth exploring and studying, and sometimes you need to go against the grain to achieve something big. Well, it doesn't need to be big, but something anyway. But especially if you want to change the status quo, you need to be ready to go against the grain.
That's awesome. We'll have all of Matias's information in the show notes, how to reach him, how to find him, all of that kind of stuff. So make sure to check it out if you want to have a chat with him about making decisions, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are working on that. It's a good one. Let's go out there. If we can share this, we can get out to more people. If we can go out there and change one person or one starfish at a time, together we can help change the world. Thanks for being on.
Thank you.